It's day 3 of TBT 2019, and this is the chase for $2 million winner take all. And we continue this 3-week tournament today with competition from 4 regions here on ESPN. Here in Greensboro, it's the regional final as the top seed Team Hines takes on the 2 seed Team CP3. As we take a look at the bracket to see how we got here today, last night Team Hines, the 1 seed, beat 5 seed Florida TNT, and in the nightcap it was the 2 seed Team CP3 defeating 3 seed Power of the Paw. And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Welcome in. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross with you, and Nate, 6 games in the books, 1 more to go. The regional final here today in Greensboro should be fun.
3 games in 3 days. We're not tired. They might be a little tired. I think it's going to come down to the A and B plays, the above and beyond plays. Who's going to do the little extra things when this game's on the line with 2 very talented teams?
We'll start with Team Hines, and last night it was Mike James leading the team in scoring. He had 25 points.
Well, Mike James is a heck of a basketball player. Led the Euro League in scoring last year. 25 yesterday. You can see averages 21 for the tournament. The Lamar University player can do it from all over the court on offense. And how about his defense too? Just take it away, go end to end for an easy one. He's in the backcourt. On the other side of the ledger, let's look in the front court. Kennedy Meeks, 6'10", 270 pounds, had 15 boards yesterday, 11 of them on the offensive glass, and 2 big tip-ins like that late in the game made the difference for CP3 to get them in the finals this afternoon. Backcourt of one team, big man on the other team. We'll see who makes a decision-making play.
Let's take a look at the rules for TBT 2019. We play 4 9-minute quarters. A player will foul out after committing his 6th personal foul of the game. On the 5th foul of each quarter, all non-shooting fouls will be awarded 2 bonus free throws. FIBA goaltending rules in effect, which allows any player to make a play on the ball once it hits the rim, except on free throw attempts. Timeout situation, 3 30-second timeouts, 1 60-second timeout per team. 2 of the 3 30-second TOs will carry over into the second half. And of course, the Elam ending first dead ball, under 4 minutes to go in the game. The game clock shuts off. Shot clock still in effect. They add 8 points to the leading team's score to set the target score. First team to reach the target score wins the game. And time now for the starting lineups. Our starting lineups brought to you by Air Force Reserve. Explore your opportunities with the Air Force Reserve. First for Team Hines, the 1 seed, Mike James, Isaiah Miles, Nick Kalathis, Matt Lejeski, and Bryant Dunstan. And for the 2 seed, Team CP3, playing right here in its own backyard of Greensboro, North Carolina. They go with Nate Mason, Kennedy Meeks, the hero last night, Deontay Baldwin, PJ Hairston, and Aaron Roundtree. The head coaches for these 2 teams. On the left for Team Hines is Juan Dixon, former Maryland Terrapin star basketball guard. And for Team CP3, it's CP3 himself, Chris Paul, the NBA All-Star, 9-time NBA All-Star, recently traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder from the Houston Rockets.
That'd be a good one-on-one game at halftime right there, those 2. Big-time scores for the respective schools.
They're probably the 2 best players for these respective teams.
I would not disagree.
They look like Chris Paul does still play.
Yes.
Juan Dixon looks like he could still play as well. It'll be Roundtree against Dunstan on the jump ball in the center circle, the opening tap, and here we go. Team CP3 beat Tampa 2020 by 3 points in dramatic fashion on Friday night and defeated Power of the Paw last night by 5, 73-68 to reach the regional final here this afternoon. Winner goes to Chicago for the quarterfinals. So there's a shot in the lane by Nate Mason, and he scores the game's first 2.
First 2 games of this tournament, Team Hines has not had a good first quarter. They know it. Problem is, can they do something about it?
Team Hines, Isaiah Miles for 3, and he rings it up from downtown. That's his first points of the game. First points for Team Hines, and a 1-point lead for the number 1 seed. There's Baldwin feeding it into the post to Kennedy Meeks. Had 14 points, 15 rebounds last night, including a couple of key offensive putbacks that Nate mentioned in the open of this broadcast. He misses that shot. Rebound Hines. Here is Miles for three again, and down it goes.
Warming up, he hit a ton of them. There's back-to-backers.
Miles had not scored in the TBT this entire weekend. Goose egg performances in the first two games. He has 6 points already in the first minute and a half of the game. Mason for three, and he puts in a three for team CP3.
Well, you can see why these are the number one and number two seeds. Very talented basketball teams on both sides.
Team Hines defeated Boo Williams on Friday by 11 points. Here's James for three. That's off the mark. Team Hines beat Florida TNT last night by 9 points in a high-scoring game, 91-82. Mason in rhythm. Another three, left it short. And the rebound by Miles for Team Hines. Here's Nick Kalathis. All the way inside and left it short. Thought he got fouled. Doesn't get the call. Rebound by Team CP3. Baldwin driving down the lane and scores. He was the hero last night in the Elam ending, hit multiple free throws to win the game for Team CP3 during the Elam ending. Now here's Matt Lejeski. He's had the hot hand as well for Team Hines this tournament. Right now the hot hand goes to Miles for three, and that's his third in the first quarter.
He does not have a favorite corner. He just anywhere behind that line's working so far. He's got every point for Team Hines.
Had no points in Friday's game, no points in Saturday's game, and then here today, he has all 9 of Team Hines' points here in the first quarter.
Just waiting for the finals, that's all.
Meeks, the quick turnarounds, bounces out, and Miles, active underneath, gets the rebound for Team Hines. Here's James. James driving, acrobatic shot, won't stay down for him, and a loose ball foul. It's on either Hairston or Dunston. It's on Bryant Dunston for Team Hines, and that's his first.
He and PJ Hairston got in a wrestling match there, and they both went to the ground. Bill Covington called it on him, and he disagreed.
So Dunston's first, team foul number 1. CP3 ball down 2. 3 minutes gone by in the opening quarter.
Little screen-to-screener action for Mason right there. Nice move.
And Mason floats it in. He has 7 points in the game. 7 of the 9 points on the board for Team CP3. We're tied at 9 in the first quarter. Lathis, the floater, won't go, but he's fouled. And he'll head to the line for 2 shots.
Isaiah Miles is making, this is the other way. Mason, little screen-to-screener and a nice floater for Mason. And then Dante Baldwin just would not get beat on the screen and finally hit Kalathis on the second one. He's going to go to the line. Nick Kalathis has had issues putting the ball through the basket, but he has not had issues with assists.
Yeah, he had 9 points, 9 assists in the win last night against Florida TNT. Comes up 0 for 2 on that trip to the foul line. Still tied at 9 in the first quarter. Meeks for 3, and the big guy comes up short. Rebound Mike James, leading scorer for Team Hines last night, 25 points, and he got fouled on the way to the rack, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Mason got him and the basketball, but you're not allowed to get him. You're allowed to get the basketball.
So Mike James will go to the line. 25 points last night in the win against Florida TNT. 17 points in Friday's win against Boo Williams. And he knocks in the free throw for his first point of today. Mike James will take home $120,000 if Team Hines wins this year's TBT. His winning share will be sent with Zell.
We've heard of 2-way contracts. He had the first one ever in the NBA, but he never went to the G League. He went to the Suns instead, but he signed a 2-way.
Baldwin missing the shot, drew contact, no call. They play on. Here comes Kalathis for Team Hines. Here's Lejeski. Great outside shooter. He's had a good tournament so far for Team Hines. Dunston, power move, offensive foul on Brian Dunston. That's his second.
P.J. Hairston, known for his offense, played some really good defense on the boards last time, and then this time he stays down in his stance. And you can see Dunson just puts that right shoulder into him. P.J. Hairston, known for offense, playing a little D.
He's had a great tournament this weekend. P.J. Hairston, the game-winning shot on Friday night, getting the win for Team CP3. Hit critical threes last night to the win against Power of the Paw. Now showing his defensive skills, drawing a charge. Now for the offensive skills. That three rims out. Rebound Calathis for Team Hines. That ball's kicked. Still Team Hines ball.
Harrison getting a little blow after playing some seriously good defense and battling on the board. Just missed that three. They ran the play for him, the elevator play. He just missed it.
James, nifty pass. Calathis can't finish the layup. Rebound Meeks for CP3. Here's Dante Clark. Good idea, good pass, just couldn't convert on the layup. Here's Mason driving, the floater, no. Rebound, Kyle Hines for Team Hines. The number 1 seed against the number 2 seed, CP3. James, tough fadeaway shot, and it goes in for Mike James. His first basket, his 3rd point. He had to work for that one.
That's an H for anybody playing horse against him. That was a fadeaway going in the wrong direction. That was big time good.
Clark just inside the line and puts it in.
You can see why Mike James led the EuroLeague in scoring last year. Very creative, big time athlete, but very creative as well.
Miles, step back three. He has 3 threes already in this quarter. There is his first miss from outside, and the rebound by Team CP3. Mason tries to put up a 3. And Miles the rebound for Team Hines. Here's Lejeski. Pull up 3. Miles keeps it alive. Saved by Team CP3 into Meeks' hands. Here comes Aaron Roundtree. Now to Gladden. Euro step. Got clobbered on the shot. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 when we come back. Timeout on the floor. 2:58 to go in the first quarter. Mike James. Tough shot. Hanging, gliding, and scoring for Team Hines, which leads by 1. The basketball tournament is brought to you by Puma.
Isaiah Miles out of St. Joe's in Philly. 3 for 3 from 3. Couple summer league teams with the Sixers. And when they find him, great pass to him in the corner. He has drilled all 3 from deep. He's got 9 points, and those 9 lead his team so far.
Isaiah Miles is 3 for 4 from the field. All 3 makes from 3-point range. The rest of his teammates are a combined 1 of 6 from the field. At the line, B.J. Gladden banks one in at the free throw line. Still counts. It's his first point of the day. 6'6", small forward. Played college ball 1 year at Akron, 2 years at Georgia Southern, and the second one goes in as well.
Shaking his head about that first one as he goes back down the floor. They gave you credit for both of them. Just take it.
Team CP3 reclaims the lead by 1 at 13-12. 2 seed Team CP3, the 1 seed Team Hines. That ball deflected out of bounds. Team Hines is a team of players. A lot of these guys play over in the EuroLeague. In fact, General Manager Mo Smith feels this team has a lot of guys that are capable of playing in the NBA. And he feels this team has a great shot at making a huge run, if not winning the whole thing at TBT 2019 this year. He says the key is buying in defensively and also not beating itself. And the head coach of Team Hines is right there, Juan Dixon, former Maryland All-American, 2 Final Fours, 2001, 2002, the most outstanding player, and a national championship as well in 2002 for the Terps. And Hines lost it out of bounds. Second turnover on Team Hines.
Kyle Hines is laughing. Gladden got probably 3/4 of Kyle Hines' left arm and the ball, and then it went off Kyle Hines' leg.
Wayman Wright has to put some arc on that one and fight for the rebound. Calathis snags it for Team Hines. Calathis, Euro step in the lane and lays it in.
You need to see it go through the basket because he's an exceptionally talented player. The way he can give out assists, if he can score too, it'll be tough.
Tough layup inside with the right hand by B.J. Gladden. That's his first basket, his 4th point. Back and forth we go, another lead change. Inside, 2 minutes to go in the quarter. White inside, floats it up over his head. Not looking, he got fouled. He'll head to the line for 2.
Really smart play to throw it up over your head when you hear the whistle. That's just an exceptional move by Gladden. Just get to the bucket and go aggressively. If you get the call, fine, no call, but he made the bucket.
So Aaron White at the line. Last night, 11 points in the win over Florida TNT. Did not score in the win on Friday against Boo Williams.
In fact, Aaron White on Monday signed a contract with a team in Italy. Same team that Mike James is under contract with, so they'll play together next year. Mike James and Aaron White in the same team.
0 for 2 on that trip. Team Hines 1 for 6 from the foul line early on in this game. Clark rises and fires a 3. Gladden fights for the rebound, but he lost it off his foot.
Well, we talked about the A and B plays before the game, the above and beyond plays. Both of these teams are exceptionally talented offensively. Somebody's going to make some defensive plays. P.J. Harrison did drawing a charge early in the game, but who's going to do it down the stretch might be the difference.
James lost it. Picked up by Hunt. Down the lane goes Clark. He'll drive for the layup.
Once again, Team Hines not with the greatest first quarter, but they are still undefeated.
Team CP3 leads the 1 seed. Team Hines by 3. Lido flips the pass inside and turned it over. Hunt has numbers, 3-on-1. Gladden all the way, scores! Timeout taken by Team Hines. A 6-0 run by Team CP3. Then I lead it by 5 points, 19-14.
Slapping them loose, and here comes CP3 on the run. They had 3-on-1, nice pass, easy layup. They're deflecting balls at the other end, and not only are they deflecting them, they're turning them into easy buckets. That's why the man in the middle of the huddle called timeout.
Let's go inside the huddle. The sights and sounds from this huddle brought to you by Puma.
Okay. Like you said, the screen. This you, Sam. Whoever the 4-man, get out this way. Act like you screening. Yeah, screen. Sam, you over there chilling. Flip the screen, boom, come right here and get Sam. Okay. Sam is just sitting over in the corner. D up. 1, 2, 3, D up.
You gotta love that. Chris Paul saying, everybody yell screen, then slip it, and you get an easy one. That's smart, little deception.
Team Hines has 4 turnovers in the first quarter. Team CP3 has yet to turn the ball over, and Team CP3 has 4 points off of Team Hines' 4 turnovers so far. This is the largest lead of the game for Team CP3 at 5 points. Inside of a minute to go in the first quarter. Calathis short on that 3. Clark rebounds and he wants to run. 1-on-2 down the lane and lost it on the way up. Here comes Kyle Hines for Team Hines. He finds Lido in rhythm, a 3. Good!
We watched Ricky Lido in pregame make 17 of 20, because I counted him from behind the 3-point line.
That's Lido's first points of the game. Cuts the lead down to 2.
Practice makes perfect, only when practiced perfectly. He practiced it perfectly.
Got a 6-second differential, shot clock to game clock here towards the end of the first quarter. Shot clock at 8. Clark against James, out of control, got it back, puts it up, no! Tap try missed by Wright, 8 seconds to go. His turnaround goes! 2 seconds left. Lido puts it up at the buzzer, good if it goes, it does! He hit it! Ricky Lido beats the buzzer from downtown!
Told you he made 17 out of 20 warming up, and some of them were deep. Not that deep, but deep.
They'll go to the monitor to review it just in case, but it looked like he got it off in time. Ricky Lido in between the midcourt line and the 3-point line. We'll see if it counts when we come back as he knocks it in.
TBT is taking over Chicago for Championship Week. 8 teams, single elimination, $2 million, winner take all. August 1st through the 6th at Wintrust Arena. Visit thetournament.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
And round one of the basketball tournament continues next weekend in these 4 cities: Salt Lake City, Utah, Wichita, Kansas, Syracuse, New York, and Richmond, Virginia. All games airing on the ESPN family of networks. And Nate, that last shot by Ricky Lito did not count. They wave it off.
Well, you can see 0.1 on the clock up there, and as we run it, it's just in his hands when the light's on the board. It's got to be released. It was real close, but it wasn't released. Great shot, just doesn't count.
James puts it in.
That one does. Great shot by Ricky Lito. He just didn't let it go in time. It's clock light horn, and the light was on, still in his fingertips. Good camera work by our guys to get everything in the picture.
Roundtree finds Clark on the wing for 3. No. And a loose ball foul called underneath on Team Hines. Looks like it's a holding foul on Aaron White. And that's his first. So CP3 leads it by 2. 7 of CP3's 9 made field goals have come in the paint.
A lot in transition. Attacking the basket, getting it inside because of a few deflections that have turned into quick points. Transition opportunities.
Oh, a high arcing shot by P.J. Hairston. He's had a good tournament, Nate.
He's a shooter. He said he's a shooter, and he says no matter what, I'm going to keep shooting. He's a volume shooter. He doesn't make a high percentage, but he makes big ones.
Oh, nice move off the glass again by Mike James. He has back-to-back buckets. He has 7 points for the number 1 seed.
Guy makes big ones too. 25 last game, and he wants to do better than that today. He wants to move on to Chicago in 2 weeks, win this regional.
This is the regional final. 1 seed Team Hines, 2 seed Team CP3. CP3 with the ball in green. Meeks, foul line jumper, got it.
Hines didn't think he would shoot that. He thought he'd just catch it and swing it. Kenny Meeks surprised him a little bit.
James can make it 3 in the row. Turnaround shot, he's feeling it. Empty trip this time. Rebound by Meeks for CP3. Here's Mason. Almost traveled, kept the pivot foot down. Here's Meeks against Dunston. Cross courts it to Mason. And he got lost in the air, turned it over. First turnover on Team CP3 here today. Lito in rhythm 3. Left it short. And Clark tight ropes the sideline, pushed out of bounds, and a foul on Nick Calathis, his first. It's team foul number 2.
I'd give Ricky Lito that shot all night, all afternoon long. He's not going to miss too many of them. Out of Providence, played with the Bucks, second round pick of the Bucks, and then traded to the Mavs, played with the Mavs and the Knicks for 2 years, so he's capable, obviously.
Mason against Lejeski. Goes one-on-one. Down the lane. Tough angle and puts it in off the window.
So just extended that right arm away from the defender, and Lejeski had no chance of coming near blocking that ball. That's a really difficult shot, but he made it.
Team CP3 has its largest lead in the game of 6. It's a Team CP3 club made up of a lot of players that have played college basketball in the state of North Carolina, places like North Carolina, Wake Forest, and surrounding areas. James against Baldwin.
It's a heck of a matchup.
Draws the foul, misses the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Baldwin's a tough defender, and Mike James just has a little more experience. As soon as Baldwin put that arm out, he just went up through the arm. A James Harden, that's a foul.
So Mike James will go to the line. Played 2 years at Eastern Arizona Community College, 2 years at Lamar University, finished up there in 2012. And he has his 8th point of the game. TheTournament.com is your place for all things TBT. Check out especially TBT's Week 2 regional competition from Wichita, Salt Lake City, Richmond, and Syracuse, beginning this coming Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. As James makes both, he has 8 points. Correction, he has 9 points.
Clear out for Mason.
Mason has to put some mark on that one over Lejeski. Missed it. Rebound Lido for Team Hines.
Good D by Matt Lejeski there. Wouldn't let him get by him.
Lido, step back three. Got it.
Told you he wouldn't miss many of them. Really good looking shooter. He's got that long arm too. Long arms at 6'7".
He had 21 points on Friday, 7 points last night. He has 6 so far and a couple of three-pointers made. It's down to a 1-point game. CP3 with the lead and the ball. Shot clock at 10. They cross-court it to Baldwin. Inside over 3 guys. Missed the shot. He's fouled. Take your pick. 3 guys were there waiting for him. I think they got Dorsey. Nope, it's on Mike James, and that's his first.
Team Hines foul number 5, Mike James. First personal, team foul number 3.
Skip pass to the corner. He just blew by everybody.
So Team CP3 will go to the line. Dante Baldwin is there. He played 4 years here in Greensboro at UNCG. Finished up in 2017. Finished as the 3rd all-time leader in career assists in Spartan history.
He and Kyle Hines had a couple words, friendly words with each other for the game. Of course, both Spartans from UNCG, which is literally right down the street from where we are here.
And Dante Baldwin will take home $150,000 if Team CP3 wins this year's TBT. His winning share will be sent with Zelle. Team Hines with the ball, down 2. Lido, a tough 3. That shot was partially blocked by Team CP3, taken away by the team in green.
DJ Harrison putting on a defensive clinic today. Got a piece of that one, drew a charge already.
Meeks cross-courts it. Dangerous pass over to Mason. Mason against Lido. He'll rise and fire and can't drop it in. Ball batted away. Miles has the rebound. Outlet to Lido. James, Steph Curry range, a deep 3. That's well short, and Gladden with a rebound. Baldwin, do they count the basket? Nope, foul on the floor against Team Hines.
They're going to get Isaiah Miles before he even goes off. I watched 15 come in, or they got Mike James. They both bumped him. That's way before the shot. Smart move to go up for the shot, but called properly.
Team CP3 shooting 44% for the game so far. Team Hines is shooting 43%. And that ball out of bounds off of Team CP3. Second turnover on the team in green. And a timeout taken by Team CP3. A 30-second timeout with 4:40 to go. And we're actually going to take a break as well. 4:40 to go in the second quarter. 1 seed down 2 to the 2 seed, Team CP3. You'll see some of the most original and colorful TBT uniforms this tournament, so be sure to check them all out over at tbtgear.com and treat yourself to some great-looking TBT apparel. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross, and the rest of our ESPN crew here in Greensboro, North Carolina. This is the Greensboro Regional Final. Third round action. Winner today advances to Chicago in a couple of weeks to continue its quest for the $2 million prize in the 6th annual event of the basketball tournament. Miles, his 4th 3 of the game goes in. He's been unconscious from outside here today.
Little screen and roll to the right side. They blitzed the screen, and Miles just sitting on the weak side, wide open, and stuck it. Nice play out of the timeout.
An 8-1 run by Team Hines to reclaim the lead by 1. Hairston tries to answer for a 3, and he does, and gives CP3 the lead back.
Shooters shoot. Makers make.
Back and forth we go. Here's James against Roundtree. Size mismatch. James way off the mark on that three. He's been way off on a couple of those shots of late. Rebound by Meeks for Team CP3. Here's Baldwin.
You got the advantage on quicks like that. Roundtree wins when you shoot that shot, whether it goes in or not. You got to try to go by him like that.
Baldwin, tough shot and drops it in.
Had a jet ski on him, knew he could go by him and did.
5 points for Baldwin. The lead is 4 for Team CP3. Lido not afraid to shoot from way outside. There's a steal by Team CP3. 5 turnovers on Team Hines. Here comes Baldwin for Team CP3. Spots up for 3. Got it. His first 3 of the game. He has 8 points, and Team CP3 leads it by 7. An 8-0 run by the team in green.
But Baldwin's playing like a madman on defense, then hit a 3 at the other end.
James out of control, nowhere to go. Out of bounds and back over to Team CP3.
Baldwin got switched up on Dorsey 2 plays ago and then comes down after he stole the ball at one end. Nobody's guarding me. I'll just take it. Bingo. Hits a 3. Gets a little fired up.
He had 7 points against the power of the paw last night, including the game-winning free throws during the elim ending Friday against Tampa 2020. Almost had a double-double, 12 points, 9 boards. This is the largest lead of the game for Team CP3, an advantage of 7 points. Baldwin again, he's feeling it, and he drops it in again. 10 points for Baldwin.
He'll play defense harder, and he just went to the basket, too. That's what I love about him. Watch this.
Baldwin has the last 7 points in a row for Team CP3. Calathis, short, loose ball. Mason runs down the rebound.
You be swinging at the ball like that, you got to play some D.
Roundtree inside Meeks, and is poked away off of Miles, and out of bounds they say off of Meeks.
Smart play. Miles slapped it off Meeks' leg there because that was a dunk waiting to happen. They got lucky. Team Hines got lucky on that possession. Now they got to score. They haven't had a good look for a while. There's a good look.
Lido, he'll drive, collision, and they called an offensive foul on Lido.
P.J. Hairston with his 2nd charge of the game. Yes, he is set. He is outside the arc. Miles bowls him over. Good job by the Tar Heel playing some D. Coach Williams will love that one if he's watching.
Team CP3 is currently on a 10-0 run. It has made its last 4 shots in a row from the field.
The man's reputation is not on the defensive end. That's 2 good plays.
This is a competitive matchup right there between those 2 guys. Baldwin and Calathis. Shot clock at 10. Baldwin for 3. Miles, the rebound for Team Hines.
Nick Calathis just baited him into that one. That's a lot of Euro experience like that. Go ahead and take it. I don't think he can make it. And he didn't. He will.
Lejeski answers, and a much-needed basket and a 3 from Lejeski for Team Hines. His first points of the game.
Little 2-man game. Lejeski wide open on the little curl.
And a minute to go here in this 2nd quarter. And a steal by Joey Dorsey. 1-on-1 against Meeks. Can he get by him? He does, and he misses the layup. And he's out of bounds when he got the rebound. That's a turnover on Team Hines.
That's 2 big bodies going down the floor, boy. Joey Dorsey and Meeks chasing him. That's not the play they normally have in a basketball game, running about 70 feet, chasing each other down the court.
.50 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. CP3 with the ball, up 6. Its largest lead has been 9. Mason against Lido. Hangs in there and drops it in. Got the bounce, got the roll, and Mason's in double figures with 11.
He spread the court out, let Mason go to work, and he did.
Lido against Meeks. Euro step, scoops it up. No, Meeks strips away the rebound. He had 15 boards last night, including a couple of putback buckets late in the game and much needed baskets for CP3 last night.
That kind of slipped out of his hand going in for Meeks.
Shot clock is turned off. CP3 can hold for the last shot. Game clock down to 10 seconds.
Mason all by himself. They got the offense spread.
Mason, pull up three. No. Calathis has it. Heaves it from three-quarters court. That's off the mark, and Team CP3 finishes the first half on a 12-3 run, and the 2 seed Team CP3 leads the 1 seed Team Hines 40-32 at the break. Winner of this game goes on to the regional rounds in Chicago in the quarterfinals in a couple of weeks. Halftime here in Greensboro. Back in Greensboro, the halftime score here in the regional final. At the Greensboro Fieldhouse, it is Team CP3 40 and Team Hines 32 here at the break. And welcome back, everyone. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross with you. And Nate, regional final Sunday, the 1 seed against the 2 seed. The 2 seed leads it by 8. Back and forth battle, competitive game. It's been fun.
24 of their 40 points in the paint. That's why they're winning this basketball game. They're attacking the basket, they're converting, and they're getting deflection, stuff like that, turn them in easy points at the other end. It's not over, but they got a nice margin because of how hard they're playing.
Let's take a look at the brackets for TBT to see where things stand to this point. Let's go to the Columbus Regional, and the Reds scare the 3 seed, losing to the top seed Carmen's Crew this morning.
Yeah, William Buford, Ohio State grad, and that's what that team's made up of. Had 23 points in that win, and you can see number 1 seed advances in the Columbus Regional.
And in the Lexington Regional, another competitive regional down in the Bluegrass State. And the 1 seed, Loyalty is Love. Easy victory over the 3 seed, Fort Wayne Champs.
That's a great story. DeMarcus Cousins is the GM. Isaiah Austin, everybody remembers him at Baylor with Marfan syndrome, is playing over in China, having a great year. He had 17 and I think 11 boards in that game. Number 1 seed advances there as well.
Let's go to the Memphis Regional and look at this. In the regional final there, the 8 seed Jackson, Tennessee, leading 2 seed Bluff City.
The Jackson, Tennessee under DAWGS, underdogs. They already beat the number 1 seed, as you can see early, and they are advancing. They got a pretty good margin right there. That would be a huge upset. 2 number 1 seeds and an 8 seed moving on to Chicago.
Now your halftime score here in Greensboro, 40-32. Team CP3 with a lead by 8. Deontay Baldwin with 10 points in the first half. Back in Greensboro, halftime score, the Greensboro Regional Final. It is Team CP3, the 2 seed, leading top seed Team Hines, 40-32 at the break. And welcome back, everyone. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross with you. And Nate, your thoughts on the first half. What was the biggest difference?
I just think how hard CP3 played against Team Hines. Has not had a good first quarter the entire tournament. They didn't have one today either. But the second quarter, they didn't play a whole lot better. And Team CP3 just gets after you defensively. They've got some easy buckets, and they just seem to be a little more aggressive so far.
One player for Team CP3 that's played hard and has gotten after it is number 5, Deontay Baldwin, 10 first half points.
He went to UNCG, and he might be upset that Kyle Hines didn't pick him for his team, but he's making him pay for it there. 10 points in the first half, aggressive play, take it to the bucket. Good job, undersized, plays in Finland and Poland, so he's got a lot of good warm weather clothes, but he doesn't need him here in Greensboro, and a really good first half by him.
And Team CP3 shooting exactly 50% from the field, not doing that great from three-point range. 7 3-pointers made by Team Hines, and Team CP3 +5 on the boards.
Team Hines has been in a lot of championships, as has Kyle Hines. They know what it takes. They got 2 quarters to make a difference.
It's the Greensboro Regional Final. And the winner of this game is halfway to the $2 million prize in Chicago. The quarterfinal rounds in Chicago will start in a couple of weeks in early August. Takes 6 wins to win the $2 million prize.
Winner take all. I love that part of it.
And this is basically March Madness in the summer, with the exception of, instead of a big trophy in March Madness, it's $2 million.
In college, you can't take the $2 million. As a pro, you want the $2 million. A little difference.
So the third quarter about to get underway. The 2 seed Team CP3 with a huge following of fans. A lot of fans of Chris Paul, the head coach, the architect of this team, coming back to his home state, his home area where he played college ball down the road to Wake Forest, trying to get this team into the quarterfinals in a couple of weeks in Chicago.
Riding a hot hand. Baldwin starts this half.
Mason puts in a 3. He's been a key contributor to this run by Team CP3 here this weekend.
Aggressive player, takes it to the rack a lot. That time they gave him the jumper and he took it, and most importantly made a nice pass.
Lejeski finds James. Dunston, he'll step back and missing that 3. And fight for the rebound. Hairston, he's been so active this weekend for Team CP3, corrals the rebound. Mason skips it over to Roundtree, puts up a 3. And Dunston the rebound for Team Hines. Here comes Mike James. Tries to whip the pass inside. It's out of bounds off of CP3.
Pick and roll, tried to go inside to Bryant Dunston, a big man. Ball deflected. They'll still get him the ball. Big size on Team Hines now. A lot of bulk, not a lot of height, but a lot of bulk. It's good defense. The guys in the green shirts. Nice pass.
Dunston is fouled.
Well, Dunston rolls to the basket. He's got Mason on him. He's got about 7 or 8 inches on him too. So just throw it up in the air and you got it. Not a bad foul. You stop the layup.
Fouls on Meeks, his second, team's first. From the foul line, Dunston gets the roll. It's his first 2 points of the game. He had 12 points last night in the win over Florida TNT, 4 points on Friday versus Boo Williams. Mason slips the pass inside to Meeks. Had the ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Lejeski for Team Hines.
First A and B play, in my opinion, in this half. Above and beyond. You get the ball and dig it out of there. There's a nice pass again.
Dunston had it poked away. 8th turnover on Team Hines. Here's Mason, and he's fouled by Kyle Hines of Team Hines.
You get 6, not a bad play. It's a smart play. Unfortunately, Team Hines takes it away at one end, and they get it taken away at the other end. Trading baskets isn't going to get it done if you got the white jerseys on.
Baldwin over Calathis. Bounces out. Dunston the rebound. Here's James.
Can't fall in love with that ISO basketball. It just doesn't work in this kind of setting.
Calathis on the drive. Tough shot. Dunston the rebound, and the putback is good.
That's a man's rebound in traffic right there for Bryant Dunston, and a putback. He's got the last 2 buckets.
He has 4. The lead is down to 7. Mason skips it over to Roundtree. Good ball movement into Baldwin's hands. He's had the hot hand here in this game. Oh, nice pass inside to Meeks, but he couldn't hang on.
Good help defense by Team Hines on the drive by Baldwin. Kennedy Meeks wide open, just wasn't 100% ready for it. Got to turn it into points now.
Here's Kyle Hines, been a little quiet today. Tough move inside, missed it off the mark. Rebound by CP3. Meeks making a Mason is fouled by Calathis.
Team Hines foul, number 33, Nick Calathis. personal, team foul number 2.
There is Juan Dixon, head coach of Team Hines, the former Maryland Terrapin star, former Final Four most outstanding player, now entering his 3rd year as the head coach of Division I Coppin State. Hairston, quick shoot 3, got it!
You didn't see it before that. He took Nick Calathis with 2 hands and shoved him out of the way. And
here's James Calathis, tries to answer for 3, and he does!
a much needed bucket for his mental state in this tournament.
That's his 2nd basket, his 1st tray, his 5th point, and the lead is down to 7 again. Mason rises and fires in a long 2. Mason has 16 points. James answers with a 2 of his own on the other end.
Okay, everybody's loose now from halftime. Here we go. A lot of offense.
James in double figures with 11. Inside 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mason finds Roundtree. Elbow jumper, no, and James. Skies high for the rebound. Here's Calathis. Flips it over his head, bad pass, dangerous pass, inside somehow over to James between the rings. Lejeski, quick shoot 3, and that's out of the rim and off the mark. Rebound controlled by CP3. Baldwin, Roundtree, Hairston a 3, no, not this time. James the rebound, quick outlet pass to Lejeski, thought about the 3. Into the hands of Hines. Ball knocked away, turnover on Team Hines, it's 9th. Baldwin all the way to the rack and lays it in.
Well, Baldwin's been the man of this game so far. 10 in the 1st half and aggressive on the little leak out there to get a bucket against big man, Dorsey.
Calathis, fancy pass to Hines. He'll drive inside. He's yet to score in this game, and now he has a chance to score for the first time tonight. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. When we come back, timeout on the floor, 3:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. Deontay Baldwin, he's been a difference maker. 12 points for the team in green. The basketball tournament is brought to you by Puma. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross here in the Greensboro region. Regional final Sunday. Team Hines, the 1 seed, down 9 points. Kyle Hines is yet to score in this game until just now. That's his 1st point of the game. He had 8 points, 8 rebounds last night, 13 and 12 on Friday. And he goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. Team Hines only shooting 50% from the free throw line, 5 of 10.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a higher percentage down the stretch, obviously, not just give away points.
Clark on the drive, contact, no call, they play on. Out of bounds, it stays with CP3.
Good defense by Kyle Hines to get up there and keep his verticality. That's a big body to have to go through, and did not commit the foul.
How about the guard play of Team CP3 this weekend? Hunt, Mason, and Baldwin. They've been outstanding, and all 3 have contributed a great deal this weekend for Team CP3. Ball out of bounds. 2 seconds left on the shot clock for Team CP3.
2 really good defensive stands. Now you don't want to give up a bucket with just 2 to shoot here or an offensive rebound. Played 28 seconds of really good defense. As we have some mop-up duties, literally.
Clark to inbound with only 2 to shoot. He finds Hunt, puts up a shot at the buzzer. It's a shot clock violation.
Let me correct myself. You played 30 good seconds of really good defense. Now you got to get points out. That was a great 3-time defensive stand there. That's hard to do.
Team Hines, the #1 seed, down 7. Here's James on the block against Wright. He whips it cross court. Dunston, a 3. They needed it, and they got it from Dunston. That's his 3rd basket of the game, his first tray. 7 points for Dunston. The lead is cut to 4. Timeout taken by Team Hines.
That's a high difficulty. Watch how high this ball doesn't arc. Nice pass by James. It's almost a flat shot. If it goes in, it's all that counts for 3. Big man with 3 points from the corner.
Shawan Dunston is his uncle. His uncle is Shawan Dunston, who played baseball for the Chicago Cubs, had one of the strongest arms I've ever seen for a shortstop. And Shawan Dunston's nephew, Bryant Dunston, who just made the basket, was a late addition to the Team Hines ball club here in the last couple of weeks.
I like that Juan Dixon timeout there because that was a big bucket to cut it to 4. And just remind your players, okay, we got it to a working margin now. Let's not make some foolish mistakes. Pick it up on defense like we just did and just, you know, preach to them a little bit and get them back into this thing. Mentally, they're in it physically. Don't make them believe in that huddle when you call the timeout. That's exactly what Juan Dixon just did.
Clark, he'll rise and fire a 3. Off the mark, Dunston clears the rebound. Here's Kalathis. And he no-looks the pass to Dunston. Kalathis thought about the 3.
Time to go to Kyle Hines. Got Hunt on him. Perfect time to go to him. They got the mismatch. Just dump it to him.
Lido, and he travels.
All he had to do was catch the ball and throw it into Kyle Hines. He had a 6-footer guarding him. Got a little too fancy with it, and he did travel.
Now it's Team CP3's ball, which started the 3rd quarter, 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Since then, it's gone only 1 of 6. Roundtree needs help. He finds Hunt. Open 3. They just can't buy a 3-pointer here in the 3rd quarter.
Uncontested, too. Nobody went out there to get in his face. Another break for Team Hines if they can score.
James against Hunt. Knocks him over, no call. Dunston another 3, banks it in. Back-to-back 3s by Dunston. Uses the window for that one. An 8-0 run by Team Hines.
He just throws his hands like up. I'll take it. I don't care if it banked in. 3 any way you look at it.
It's down to a 1-point game. Right. Hines Gladden. You see the defensive intensity picking up for Team Hines. Clark driving, and he travels. No, they call a foul first.
We saw this man hit a flat 3 from the corner. If you put a little more arc on it, it goes off that little square and goes in. Nonetheless, 3 either way, and he'll take it. It's amazing how you play better defense when you score in one hit. It's such a mental game. It really is.
It's also amazing how you're tired on defense, but you're not tired on offense.
No way. Absolutely not. And they're not giving any open looks to Team CP3, and they shouldn't because they've made them. That's really good defense by Kyle Hines and a much quicker, smaller player.
4 to shoot. Clark sees it. He lost the ball. 1 to shoot. Baldwin puts it up, and he won't hit the rim. Shot clock violation. 8 turnovers on Team CP3. Back over to Team Hines with a chance to take the lead.
We said at halftime how Team CP3 was just playing harder than Team Hines. Man, has that changed in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Great defense, aggressive defense. Give it to the scorer.
Kalathis open for the 3. Offensive rebound, Hines. They wave it off. A foul on Bryant Dunston. That's his 3rd.
He pushed him, but he was way away from the play, but he did shove him in the back. Went right to Kyle Hines.
Correction, Hines the foul, not Dunston. About a 5-second differential. Shot clock to game clock here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Team CP3 with the ball leading by 1.
Huge turnaround here if they can get a stop and then a bucket. Huge momentum turnaround.
No points for CP3 in almost 4 minutes. Shot clock at 10, game clock 16. Down to 6. Clark driving, and he got fouled on the way up.
Still plenty of time to score at the other end, even if he makes them both. And he will get 2.
Fouls on Ricky Lido. That's his second. So the line is Dante Clark. He has 4 points in this game, all in the first half. He played 3 years at UMass. Before that, or after that, 1 year at Texas Southern. Had over 1,900 career points in his collegiate career. Played this past year overseas in Hungary.
I don't know why we have a stoppage.
At the line, number 0.
Chris Paul getting a free timeout. Doesn't have to have anybody on the free throw line. You have to have a defensive player on either side, and they do that. Might look for some kind of trap or something different they haven't shown, just to kind of mess up Team Hines coming up the floor. Team Hines going in with all their shooters now. 10 seconds is plenty of time. Give Calathis the ball and get down to a spot.
And 1 of 2 for Clark. 8 seconds to go. Here's Calathis. Calathis with 5. Spins away for the defender. Drives inside. Layup is good with 1 second to go. And that gives some momentum to Team Hines as they tie the game at 51 going into the 4th quarter.
You give Calathis the ball with shooters all over the place. They play the shooters. They don't play the dribbler. Layup. Tie ball game.
Here's a breakdown of the team shares. If Team Hines wins this year's TBT, the winning share will be sent with Cell. Different players, different coaches making different amounts of money if this team wins the TBT this year. And for Team CP3, a much simpler bracket or
very easy
graphic.
Everybody gets the same. Chris Paul, you don't get anything.
No love for CP3.
He's got enough.
Not even $1.
Yeah, right. They could have given him $1
or something. James, way off the mark on that 3. Fight for the rebound. Hines is fouled. He'll head to the line for 2.
You know, you don't win 4 Euro League championships if you don't have a champion's mindset. And Kyle Hines has it. He's playing defense on the quickest players at the end of the 3rd quarter. It's money time right now. It's the 4th quarter, and just the look on their faces is different, and he just gets that loose ball right there. It's little things that make a difference. It's A and B plays. It's above and beyond plays, and that's what they're doing. Doesn't mean they'll do it the rest of the game, but they're sure doing it end of 3rd, beginning of 4th quarter.
Kyle Hines, no field goals made in this game. All 4 of his points have come from the free throw line, and Team Hines, just like that, has bounced back to reclaim the lead by 2 at 53-51.
He's playing Kennedy Meeks too, outsized but not out-muscled.
Mason, quick shoot 3, got it. It's his second 3 of the game. He has 19 points, and now CP3 takes the lead back by 1. Aaron White, a deep 3. High rebound ripped away by Dante Clark for the team in green. Mason almost had his pocket picked, being chased by Lido. Mason got away from him, spots a seam down the lane and scores!
They tried to take it away from him midcourt, and then nobody guarded him. He went all the way to the rim.
21 points for Nate Mason. Now White, he'll spot up for the triple, and that's short. Rebound by Baldwin for Team CP3. Euro step, off the glass and good! Timeout, Team Hines. A 7-0 run by Team CP3.
Boy, Uncle Mo was behind Team Hines' bench, and he ran the other way to get behind Team CP3 because of this hustle. Mason got it. They tried to take it from him. Then nobody guarded him. Went all the way to the rim over Kyle Hines. And then the man that did it in the first half just did it again. Deontay Baldwin down the middle. No defense. 2 layups. Timeout. Team Hines.
One possession. 32. Okay. He's shooting wide open shots. Hey, you know
these two teams battling for the last spot for Chicago to reach the quarterfinal rounds. There you see championship week in Chicago. Carmen's crew is in there, along with Loyalty is Love. Still waiting on some other regionals to start next weekend.
And the other half of the field will find 4 winners, and we'll go 8 to Chicago.
Lazy pass, stolen away by CP3, and then stepping out of bounds is Baldwin.
Got really lucky there. That should have been a breakaway again. Cross-court long passes against a team that just got 2 transition buckets. It's not smart, and Juan Dixon knows it and told Mr. James about it. It's a game of runs, and right now, guys in the green shirt had the last run.
James draws the foul. He's missed his last few shots, been a little bit out of rhythm today. Oh, and now they say the foul is on the pass, not on the shot, so no shots for James.
That's a tough one. That could have gone either way.
Calathis, no looks to Lido. That's a deep 3. White had the rebound into Meeks' hands, and he outlets it to Baldwin. Racing down the floor against James. Good job getting back on defense by James. Here's Mason. Wide open jumper. Good.
Well,
23 points for Mason.
Well, that worked for Team Hines to get it tied at the end of the third.
Lido a 3. They need it. They don't get it. Out of bounds. It stays with Team Hines. Team Hines down 7, the number 1 seed, 7:02 to go. The Elam ending to start up in about 3 minutes.
You might need Lejeski back in there to spot up for some threes as well. They're going with the big strong lineup right here. Of course, Miles can make the threes too.
Calathis trapped, finds Hines. Dunston. Now Miles with 10 to shoot. Hines inside reverse layup. Yes!
Kyle Hines knows his way around the painted area.
That's his first basket today. He has 6 points. All 6 points coming in the second half of play. Baldwin trapped. He finds Hairston. Over to Baldwin. One-on-one against Calathis. A nice spin move inside, and he lost it. Turned it over. Calathis, 2-on-3. Now 3-on-3. Goes inside. Shot blocked away. And I think they called a foul on Baldwin.
They did. Calathis showing a little experience here. Knows he's got a smaller guy on him. He's going to take it right to the rim. Fakes the pass. No, he's fouled him pretty good.
So Nick Calathis at the line, played this past season over in Greece, and he misses that free throw. Team Hines is 7 of 13 from the stripe. Calathis played 2 years for Billy Donovan down in Florida, 2007 to 2009. Drafted in the NBA round 2, number 45 overall by the Timberwolves in 2009, and Calathis makes 1 out of 2. He has 6. The deficit is 5 for Team Hines. Here's Nate Mason for Team CP3. 3 is short. Rebound Miles over to Calathis.
Gotta go back to Kyle Hines on the block. Yeah, he picked up the dribble too soon. Plenty of time.
Miles, deep corner 3. Bucket!
Miles or Lejeski. They gotta have somebody in there as a deep threat. Isaiah Miles stuck that one.
Miles has 5 threes and 15 points. Team Hines currently on a 6-0 run. And it's a Team CP3 possession. Shot clock at 6. Mason had the ball poked away. Loose ball, fought for, picked up by Team Hines. James, loose ball, picked up by Team CP3. Up ahead is Meeks. Inside, clobbered on the shot. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
A lot of action there. Loose ball diving on the floor. Here they come. Meeks hung back at the other end, coming right at you. Good foul to stop a basket. I'll call the offensive foul drawn by our cameraman down there. Kevin, great job. You were set, even though there's wheels on the chair. You were set. You draw the charge, Kev. I'll give it to you.
Set and outside of the circle.
Yeah, way outside the circle. On the baseline. It's a good foul, though, because Meeks had a dunk. Well, that was really good effort there by both teams, getting on the floor after loose balls. It looked like Team Hines was going to get it. Just couldn't finish it.
So here's Kennedy Meeks at the line, 4-year letterman at North Carolina. Went to 2 Final Fours, won a national championship his senior year in 2017. That's his 3rd point of the day. Meeks had over 1,000 rebounds at North Carolina in his career, 1,052 to be exact. Two for 2. Makes it a 3-point lead for Team CP3. 5:04 to go, just over a minute away before the start of the Elam ending. Hines ball down by 3.
Now's when you look at matchups. Where's the best way to attack matchup-wise?
And a foul called on Baldwin. And they say he was in the act of shooting. He'll get 2 free throws.
Ted Valentine looks at Bill Covington, says, was he shooting? Bill Covington says, yes, he was. You make the call. That's a good job by James to look like he was in the act of shooting. I agree. We got a technical foul, ladies and gentlemen.
So a technical foul on the Team CP3 bench for vehemently arguing that call. So 2 technical free throws for James and 2 regular free throws for James as well.
This is huge.
There's 1.
We're down 3 when he stepped to the line. Now that's the tease. Now we go back to point of interruption.
And now the 2 regular free throws.
Talk about a momentum swing.
He could give Team Hines the lead right here. Three for 3 so far.
Remember, last time Team Hines got the lead, they played some serious defense and bumped it up a little more. Let's see if they can do that again.
Goes 4 for 4 from the stripe on that possession, a 4-point trip. James has 15 points, and Team Hines now leads it by 1, 63-62, approaching 4:40 to go. A 10-2 run by Team Hines. Baldwin is fouled on the floor.
There's a lot of white shirts stopping him from getting the shot off. That was before the shot. Speaking of shots, here comes the 3-point shooter back in the game for CP3, Mr. Harrison.
That foul's on Dunston of Team Hines. That's his 4th. Mason to inbound and finds Gladden. He takes Hines into the paint, and he got fouled by Kyle Hines. That's 3 on Kyle, and Baldwin will head to the line to shoot 2. A chance for CP3 to get the lead back.
That's about as much argument you're going to get out of Kyle Hines. Very quietly walks to Ted Valentine, said something, and they both smiled about it. Big time clear out there. Gladden was all by himself, 1-on-1. Paid it off. Now he's got to make them.
So Gladden at the stripe. All 6 of his points so far coming in the first half. He'll shoot 2. Comes up empty on the first one. He had 4 points last night, 6 points Friday night. Played this past year overseas over in Spain. And he missed them both.
Big ones.
30 seconds away from the start of the Elam ending.
Oh, there's a mismatch. That's what you look for right there.
Dunston puts it over the right shoulder and lays it in.
Had Gladden on him, had about 50 pounds and 6 inches as well. Smart move by Calathis to find the mismatch and get the right guy the ball.
12-2 run by the number 1 seed, Team Hines, approaching 4 minutes to go. Baldwin against Calathis. Clark drives inside, lays it in. And timeout taken by Team Hines. They have the lead. They'll set up the start of the Elam ending. First dead ball, under 4 minutes to go. They'll shut off the game clock. Shot clock still in effect. They'll add 8 points to the target score. The leading score is Team Hines at 65. They'll add 8. Target score will be 73 when we come back. Back in Greensboro, time now for the Elam ending. First dead ball, under 4 minutes to go. The game clock is shut off. The shot clock still remains in effect. They'll set the target score by adding 8 points to the leading team's score. In this case, it's 65 points for the leading team. Team Hines will add 8. Target score is 73. First team to reach the target score of 73 points in this one wins the game and goes on to Chicago. Calathis, the floater, bouncing out. Kyle Hines had it poked away as he tried to rebound it. Here's Baldwin being chased down the lane. Shot blocked away by Dunston. It's out of bounds. It stays with Team CP3.
That's a lot of hustle by big number 23 right there. Watch Dunston come down. He's behind the play. Kyle Hines tried to get it, couldn't, and he did. Bryant Dunston, a lot of hustle to stop a bucket. That's big time effort.
The Elam ending invented by Nick Elam, the founder of the Elam ending and middle school principal in Ohio, who is a diehard basketball fan. He's done extensive studies on games and teams who are trailing that deliberately foul late in the game to stop the clock, put the other team on the free throw line, hope they miss, get the ball back, score, repeat the process. And he wanted to come up with a way to make it a little more entertaining for the fan and have a little bit better flow for the game. Baldwin, a 3. Got it! 17 points for Baldwin, his second 3 of the game, and Team CP3 has the lead by 1. It's a 2-pointer, not a 3. James puts in a 3.
Now Kyle Hines had a 10-footer. Mike James had a 3, and he gave it up to the shooter. Nice play by Team Hines, Mr. Hines.
Team Hines 5 points away from the win. Here's Mason, and he got fouled driving to the hoop. It's on the floor. It's only the 4th team foul on Team Hines. Back to the Elam ending rule for these games of the basketball tournament.
Kyle Hines wide open for 12. Mr. James open from behind the line. He'll take it and he'll make it. Nice play, nice assist by Kyle Hines.
Back to the Elam ending situation. Nick Elam did extensive studies and he came to the conclusion that over thousands of games when teams try to do the hack-a-foul strategy to put teams on the line, extend the game, teams only come back to either force overtime or win the game 1.5% of the time.
I came to the conclusion in the last 3 days that this is the best way to end basketball games. This is fun.
And you're a former coach and a basketball purist, and
I love it.
And you love it.
I love it. Great strategy. You think right before the 4-minute mark, like Team Hines did, call the timeout. I mean, there's so many things that can happen to get you in the situation, and then you got to play better. But I just love it. I think it's a great idea for basketball in general and college camps, summer camps in the summer. And that's being a little redundant, huh? Summer camps in the summer. But I think the NIT ought to do it because they do a lot of experimentation with the rules anyway. Fans would love it. Fans do love it.
Here's Meeks. Finds Clark. Clark driving, hanging. That's blocked away in the air by Kyle Hines.
He caught it. What a play. Oh, that was fun.
James, the pump fake, hangs in the air, puts in a three!
High degree of difficulty on the double pumper.
And Team Hines just 2 points away from the target score and the win. Mason driving, tough shot, and a foul. It's on Isaiah Miles of Team Hines.
Watch Kyle Hines not block this ball. He just caught this ball. That's not on the way down, folks. That's just a catch. And here they go the other way. Fake it, get the defender in the air, then step through. Big time for James. Leading scorer in Euro basketball last year. There's a reason why James was.
So Kennedy Meeks at the line. He's had a quiet day offensively, just 4 points. He had 15 points Friday night, 14 points last night.
Ron Dixon getting the best offensive 5 guys on the floor. He needs 2 to get to Chicago. Win this Greensboro Regional.
2 shots for Kennedy Meeks. And the first one is good.
And Team CP3 cannot take a foul either, because if they do, it would be 2 shots for Team Hines. It would be their 5th.
And we've had 3 games here in a row, Nate, the last 3 we've done, where the Elam ending was decided on free throws. 2 for 2 for Meeks.
Those are big, but they're not as big as this possession defensively for Chris Paul's team, and he's going to talk about it. He wants the timeout, and nobody's seen it yet, and now he'll get it.
So timeout, Team CP3.
Team Hines wants the best offensive team. That man wants the best 5 defenders out there.
I want to switch. They put those guys in the switch. Yeah. All right. I don't want you to go one-on-one with that one. Yeah, but I want. All right. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do that. All right. So go Mike. Go Nick. Get high, guys. All right. Nick, let's come on. Get the ball to Nick. Nick can't get it. Mike, you got to get it. When that happens, how you get middle. If they show pressure, the opposite guard stay behind the ball. If you can bring it, bring it. Win, baby. Win.
Looks like they're going to go Mike James with the basketball, unless there's some kind of crazy defense, and then go high screen and roll and just make a play.
Well, Mike James has scored 10 of the last 12 points for Team Hines. Look for him to get the ball here in this situation, as Team Hines can win the game and punch its way to Chicago on this trip.
And I'm sure if James can't get it, Calathis can run the same set.
They get it into James's hands. Basket here by Team Hines wins the game.
Make a play. Don't run a play. Make a play, Mr. James.
James, this is for the win. Got it! Mike James wins the game for Team Hines, and the #1 seed punches its ticket to Chicago.
Big bucket by James. Big momentum change with those 4 straight free throws by the same man to give his team the lead. I don't need no stinking screen. Get out of my way. A little bump there and a fade away, but he does that numerous times. That's not a tough shot for him. It's a normal shot. And that sent them to Chicago. Here we come. Watch this. Against Roundtree, bingo.
Mike James scored Team Hines' 12 of the last 14 points.
Big time scorer overseas. Not a bad job in the United States of America either. In the Greensboro Regional, take them on to the Final 8 in Chicago. Yes, sir. Watch this. He's going to enjoy this one.
And Team Hines will slap its name onto the bracket in the winner's spot and officially punching its way to Chicago for the quarterfinals in a couple of weeks. Team Hines is halfway to the $2 million prize. 3 wins down, 3 more to go.
Great effort. They were down. They did not have a good first quarter of the entire regional, but they know how to win down the stretch. They're big-time winners mentally, which turned into big-time winners on the court as well. And we're efforting to get Mr. James over here to tell us how he does that, what he does.
Mike James, 23 points. He had 14 after the halftime intermission. There you see the bracket as Team Hines, the 1 seed, gets by the 2 seed, Team CP3, and wins it 73-68. As the hero for Team Hines, Mike James, comes over to talk to us here at the broadcast table. Mike, congratulations on the win. Hit the game-winning shot. What was going through your mind? What was the play call going into that last sequence?
We knew they was going to switch, so I had the big on me. I guess he wasn't really a big. He was more like a wing, but we felt like I had a mismatch and just tried to score.
In the huddle, coach said, set the high ball screen. He said, I don't need no stinking screen. Just get out of my way. There it is. You're going to watch it. A lot of athleticism with that big-time shot. How about the 4 free throws in a row that gave you guys a lead?
Yeah, I felt like that was probably the turning point. I felt like
agreed.
I mean, sometimes technical fouls, when you get technical fouls, they help you out, and sometimes they hurt you. I feel like that kind of hurt them on that one.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Your teams this weekend in 3 games, you've gotten out to some slow starts, haven't played your best at times, finding ways to win. How have you guys been able to be so resilient in these 3 days?
I mean, all of us is pros. I mean, we got a lot of people who played a lot of high-level basketball and NBA and everything. So, I mean, so that kind of hurts us in sometimes because I think we kind of come out a little complacent. But, I mean, we fight back. I mean, we know how to play.
When you got the lead, you could see in your faces on the defensive end, it's fourth quarter, it's time to play basketball. Is that from the experience of playing professional basketball, just knowing when to turn it on and knowing when to flip that switch?
I mean, yeah. I mean, to be honest, a lot of us don't really want to play in the summer. A lot of us like to relax. So if we're going to be here, we would rather win. I mean, nobody really wants to waste their time. So, I mean, we took it serious, especially in the second half with our defense, and it paid off on offense.
Playing for $2 million. You got to remember that, too.
Yeah, that's true.
3 wins down, 3 more to go. I know it's 1 game at a time, but what's it going to take to claim that prize in Chicago?
I think just coming out stronger in the first. I mean, that's the only part we really hurt. I think in every second half we basically took over the game and blew it open. So I think we already know what we can do in the second once we lock in. So we just got to start the game off that way.
Thanks for joining us. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Good luck in Chicago. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
So let's take a look at the big picture bracket. 3 number 1 seeds, Nate, going on to Chicago, along with an 8 seed, Jackson, Tennessee. It's going to be wild in Chicago, and we'll have 4 more teams punch their way after next weekend.
I think Mr. James just told us the key. A little better start. They know what to do, and they know how to do it, but numerous times to fight back from behind is tough. They did it 3 times here. And because of that, they are moving on to Chicago, won the regional.
So our final score from Greensboro, top seed Team Hines defeats 2 seed CP3 73-68. For Nate Ross and the rest of our outstanding ESPN crew, Brock Bowling saying so long from the Greensboro Fieldhouse in Greensboro, North Carolina. Thanks for watching our coverage of the 2019 TBT right here on ESPN 3.